And everybody, let's say hi to the people on YouTube watching the VODs. Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Hello, and happy Thanksgiving, because this is probably going to come out tomorrow, or, you know, if I remember. But it is the day before Thanksgiving as we're doing this. So happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Check the timers on your food.
Happy Turkey Day.
Yes. Yeah, you
don't
should.
burn your turkey.
No, do
Dinner's
not
at
burn
5.
the food. Yeah.
Better get here.
You're gonna ruin Thanksgiving again.
Let's see real quick.
Smaller
Ooh.
turkey.
Interesting. Oh, okay. I like that. We're gonna have to see when this is gonna get completed, cause it might be a good one. You're gonna have to teach me the mechanics. I'm gonna be the best at your card game, cause that's how I am. But anyways, hello everybody, and how about somebody roll me a D3? Cause Ambrose was not in the last session, so he is not allowed to speak for now.
I mean, he was. I just gave him a pie that he was allergic to.
Yeah. Number 2, in any way I see this, it's Rexmoa. What happened last session?
Yay.
Okay, so basically last session was like a series of like us trying to talk with shopkeepers and then realizing that we barely have any gold to scrape between us, so we can't afford anything cool. And I think the highlights were Taurin, I'm pretty sure, did you turn in that flesh in order to be turned into something, but you haven't claimed it yet because it has to be like the next day?
Yeah, like in the morning or something. So.
Yeah, and then we got directed towards the magic district of Galranthier, and we talked to a person who sold scrolls, and they were like, this costs an absurd amount of money, I suck. And then we were like, oh, look, would you look at the time? We got to talk to the potion seller. And then the potion seller was like, if you want my strongest potions, you got to shell out a lot of gold. And we were like, we don't got a lot of gold. Do you got any odd jobs for us to do? And then the potion seller said like, well, I did send a bunch of greedy adventurers to go die in the woods if you want to go find them. And then we said like, hey, that's kind of a stereotype on adventurers. We're adventurers, not very cool. We'll go out and find them. And then we're sure they're gonna be alive. And she also gave us like a grocery list of things we could get, including witch's fingers, mushrooms, and what was it, spider venom?
Yes.
And we got the rundown of like what the witch is capable of, and they can whisper sweet nothings and tempt you with your innermost temptations, but luckily for us, our party is without desire and we are one with nothing, so that's not gonna work. And
correct.
After that, we went to the inn. We dragged Ambrose there. We met with the wizard, and I'm honestly trying to remember the nature of our conversation. Oh yeah, the wizard basically said like, I don't mean to brag, but I kind of told you the world was gonna end. And we didn't quite let on what happened in the monastery, but it definitely corroborates with what the wizard had to say. So Rexmoa was like, fuck, this guy's right, shit. And then Taurin got drunk.
Yep. Very drunk.
And then the episode ended with Kipper and Rexmoa having a heart-to-heart.
Correct. The episode ended as you guys went into your separate rooms and decided to go. The two ill people, Ambrose and Taurin, in one room, which is not really that great. But it happened that way, and Rexmoa and Kipper taking another double room in one of the the minstrel and cask.
The best decision.
Yeah, it's all right. We propped them up on their side.
Yeah, right. That's good. That is good. So
that shows foresight.
Yeah, the night fell as you guys started to drift off to sleep in your very nice accommodations inside of the minstrel and cask. You as you guys just drift off to sleep, you think about what has happened so far, and doubts about what is going to happen also flood your mind. You have met this strange wizard that has given you a prophecy of the end of the world, and while you didn't want to believe them, it turned out to be true. All of the vapors that you
We don't know if
found.
it's true. We just know that, you know, so far the information we found hasn't contradicted their statement.
True,
And we
fair
also
enough.
we talked to God.
Correct, you talked to one of the
One of them.
Titans. Correct, you did. And then you found yourselves in now this large scale quest to obtain the boons of each Titan. And according to the wizard, form Crenia to stop the rage of the Titans. So,
Quill.
as you guys enter your sleep, you guys are enjoying your good night's rest. Kipper, you are not feeling that well as you are dreaming. You
Oh no.
find yourself laying down in this dreamscape your mind has created for you. It's cold and very dark. You can basically only see around you. You look around, there is nothing but darkness. And above you, of course, the 4 orbs staring at you. Not moving. They are just there. From the darkness, you can hear faint whispering coming from all directions. From behind you, from in front of you, to the sides. It makes you turn around as you think there is actually something around there. But as you turn, you can't see anything, only darkness. What do you do?
Let's see. I think I'm gonna try and go into the direction that I sensed something.
Okay, as I said, the whispers are coming from many sides. So if you start following one, then you can see another one in another direction, and you keep following. But you have the feeling that it's useless. You are just walking in circles at this point. The orbs always observing you from above. Not moving, but you can tell they're following you.
I think I would just... I think Kipper would like to speak,
Mm-hmm.
but he knows that... Not that it would fall on deaf ears, but he would get no proper answer.
You can still try.
Okay. What is the meaning of this? What is any of this?
At first,
I've seen
there.
this again and again.
At first, there's
Oh,
a little
sorry.
bit of silence. No, it's all good. At first, there's a little bit of silence. You kind of feel a little defeated, knowing that, oh god, there's not going to be an answer, and I'm just going to have this to deal with. But the whispers slowly start getting closer and closer until you can hear them, and make up words, you can hear your name. Kipper, 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 Kipper. Echoing all around you.
Okay, so you know my name. Do you have anything to add?
Again, a few seconds of silence, and he goes, I know you. All of you. I know your fears, your insecurities. I know your likes, dislikes. I know it all. The voices obviously coming from different directions, as if it was a multitude of people all around you whispering.
And what would you even do with this information? You've never revealed yourself. You've never shown yourself to anyone else. It's been 4 years.
Again, silence for a few seconds. Oh, no, go ahead.
I was just going to say, is there any real purpose for this other than just torment?
After the short silence, you start hearing the voices again. Do you trust them? Are you happy with them? Do you think they will last?
You will make sure that they last. We made a contract, didn't we?
You hear laughing coming from all directions. Small whispered laughs. I am not bound by a contract. I am inside your head.
Kipper's gonna pound against his chest and just be like, then what was this for? Was this just for fun? Revealing the scorch mark on his chest.
Another moment of silence as you've said your words, and the voices again appear, and they go, a warning. He is coming, Kipper. And you will know when he has arrived.
This is the first year I've ever heard of this. Who is... I don't even care anymore. What is your purpose in all this? What is your want?
I am an observer. I am who watches. I am who pulls the strings. I am everywhere.
You are separate from he. that you're speaking of?
The silence again, and he says, I will warn you when he comes.
All right then. What do I need to do to prepare?
You can see now, looking up above once again, that the four orbs are getting closer to you, Kipper. From the position that they were since this dream had started to where they are now, they are much closer. They're still very far away, but you can tell they have gone closer to you. He goes, I am everywhere. And I am nowhere. You will know.
Okay, well, that definitely helps. Kipper was being sarcastic there, but
I figured.
I'm back. Sorry.
Yeah.
Welcome
I
back.
had to take a phone call.
That's all good. Kipper,
Understood.
Kipper, you look up again at these orbs around you, and as you keep staring at them, you start feeling afraid. The words of this voice again go into your head. The questions it has asked start plaguing your mind. You then start feeling tired once again, and laid down where you are, trying to face this dread that has been inflicted upon you. And close your eyes, hoping this feeling disappears, until you eventually manage to fall asleep once again. And as morning comes, let me roll for something real quick.
Hey, no, don't roll for something.
Oh, I'm rolling for something.
I'll roll with
Okay.
you.
Actually, now that you mention it, Ambrose and Taurin, as morning hits, the soft rays of sunlight going through the windows, you can start seeing the beautiful colors of the elven city once again. How everything is activating. You can see the smoke coming out of chimneys of houses or businesses. The main plaza is already active. People are in there. You can see some performers and things of that sort. You too, in your room, you hear a knocking.
Come in.
It is too early for this.
Tom just
As-
rolls out of bed.
It just rolls out.
Like, clunk, clunk. Her feet kind of like hit the floor.
Right.
Kind of hush over a little bit.
You are hungover, by the way.
Just, mm.
As you say, come in, you hear a little bit of shuffling outside the door, and the door opens. Two elven guards come inside, and Galarian is there as well. Lord
Oh.
Galarian enters between these two elven guards. You can see that there is a small, like, I guess, platoon of guards outside as well. They are kind of, guarding him. Guards obviously dressed in their very elegant looking armor. Galarian has a chainmail vest and is not as battle ready as the other guards, but you can tell this man is, even though he's more casual, it could still, be for any sort of combat. The elven guards kind of take sides on the door, and he goes, Galarian goes, I'm sorry to wake you up this early. Is it a bad moment? I could come back later, but I needed to deliver some information.
No, it's quite alright. Just did not have a great day yesterday. You came from information? What did you want to tell us?
Right. Well, we have finished scouting the monastery that you cleared. It was not entirely cleared. There was still quite a lot of creatures inside of it, but you did do your best, and I appreciated the efforts. It was, after all, a lot of infestation of nasty shapeshifters and other critters. However, we found something interesting in the outskirts of this monastery. I don't suppose you know about this, but there was a kid dressed in rags. I don't suppose you know about him.
Him.
Was he unable to speak?
Yes, his condition is not great right now. We've taken him out of where he was. He must have been running away from something.
Where is he?
My soldiers have transported him to the healer's ward. He is stable. However, we cannot get him to wake up.
Oh no.
We did in fact lose someone prior to entering into the monastery.
Oh, okay. He's with you. Right. Well, we can probably take you to them if you want to speak with our healers. Maybe you can help the process of healing. I was not there when the specifics were told. I was directing the guards, but I can join you if you like. Where's the rest of your companions?
They should be next door, but I can offer any aid, of course. But go ahead.
Right. If you would like to join me, then I can take you to him, and then after that, maybe, and he looks at you, Taurin, specifically. Maybe we can share a meal.
Ooh, I'd be delighted.
Goes, right. I'm going to let you get equipped, and I will talk to your companions next door. I'm sorry to wake you up. And he moves back, and just, the guards go with him. The guards close the door and just leave you two there. And you can hear that they go to the next door and just kind of knock on the door, and they start giving you guys the same briefing as he did.
Well, here's to hoping that it is our friend and he is okay.
Right? Could be anybody, but it's always good to go and look. Try to help, do what we can.
Even if it is anybody. The fact that someone was out there, could have been injured. They could be in disarray, might need help.
Exactly. So, well, and the Taurin will get up kind of a little woozy. I'll do my best, but I'm ready.
All right. So I'm assuming all of you guys are going to start getting equipped.
What happened?
Yes.
I was gone for a second.
Oh,
Nothing really happened.
Nothing really happened. Galarian came in, told us, hey, you know what? We found somebody. I'm going to take you to them. That's pretty much it.
Someone may have a date. Someone may have a date.
Someone may have
Yeah.
a date.
I never did this. Yes. Anyways.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna look like uber gaunt when I wake up.
You, Kipper, you feel slightly tired waking up, like you have not rested well, and well, with, you know, all the reason in the world. But still, make sure if you guys haven't, to take down your long rest.
Right. Where's my character sheet again?
I'm gonna see if I can use our spectacular app on my phone.
Oh no.
Good luck.
Good luck with that
No,
one.
no.
Hopefully it loads.
The mobile version is absolutely terrible.
Correct.
It is one of the worst experiences with an app I have ever had.
Goodness gracious.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go get an ice pack then, because the computer I'm using is a tablet that when it
Oh,
overheats,
no.
the whole screen starts shaking.
No.
Oh no. Yeah, go do that. Go do that.
Okay.
That's probably honestly still better than
Probably
mobile.
hot.
Roll 20.
Yes. But okay, you guys get equipped, get all of your armors and all of your stuffs on, and you head out. You obviously meet each other outside into the, I guess, just like the hallway.
And Galarian is joining us and, well, guiding us to the healers, correct?
Yes, Galarian, you can see he's not there anymore, but if you look down into the spiral hallway that kind of leads you up into the rooms, you can see that there are some guards posted right at the entrance of the place. So you can figure that he's outside waiting for you.
I
Good
found
morning.
a bag of Brussels sprouts.
There you go.
That works.
That'll work. Anything to keep a nice cool lap. Because
Yeah,
laptops, they're little ovens.
they
yeah.
are little ovens.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
I had a
yeah.
MacBook once, so I can relate to that.
Ooh,
She got a top right.
Oh yeah. Oh shit, my thingy died. Okay, that's fine.
so we're
It
gonna have
works
to
again.
reunite
Oh, no.
you with your husband, and we have to reunite with our puppy.
Yeah. The family's getting together, basically, yes.
Yeah,
Dude, we're getting the band back together.
Exactly.
back together.
So as you guys head out of your rooms and you kind of say your good mornings, are you guys doing anything specific before heading out?
I just check in with Taurin and Ambrose.
And I'll just say, good morning.
Biggest grin in her face.
Someone's in a good mood.
I'm gonna apologize to Ambrose. Be like, I am so sorry. I did not know that Pie would have that reaction with you yesterday.
I will look down at you and say, there is no worry. It's probably just because I do not have sugar very often.
Are you feeling all right? Is there any lingering anything?
I can swing my sword, so I'm alright.
Okay, just let me know otherwise.
Just, don't go shoving any more pies in my face for the time being.
Aw,
Maybe
okay.
tomorrow, but not today.
You know what? I'm gonna be a little more hesitant with gifting you things that have sugar or fruit in them. We're gonna have to use a trial basis to figure out what you're actually allergic to.
Trial and
What can I
error.
say? Either way,
Or
the
an
two of
eating
you,
one your pie.
are the two of you doing well? referring to Rexmoa and Kipper.
Yeah, I'm doing just dandy.
I am doing pretty okay. I just didn't sleep very much last night, but I think it's just pondering over everything that wizard said yesterday.
It was a lot to
You-
take in.
Do seem to have some bag under your eyes.
Thanks for noticing. I'm trying the new L'Oreal palette. It's a wizard from my town.
New L'Oreal.
L'Oreal.
Yeah, Wizard L'Oreal.
Good. So yeah, you can see people are already starting to go up into the tavern side of this inn. And some people are going in, down, 'cause obviously your rooms are in this hallway that connects to the spiral staircase that obviously leads to all the other rooms. So it's a little bit of transit. Are you guys going down?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy enough. You guys go down, and you see outside the same small platoon of guards, maybe a little bit less than before. And obviously Galarian is there waiting. He is just kind of, greeting some people that are come by to say hi or anything. As he sees all of you, he just kind of gives you a friendly wave and a gesture for you to follow as they start walking towards the plaza, I would say.
While we're walking, I will not get right up against Galarian or anything, but get close enough that I can speak to him in a somewhat normal voice, not being quiet, not being loud. And I'll say,
Okay.
I hope none of your men were injured going to the monastery.
Galarian kind of scoffs at that and he goes, well, minor injuries, of course. There were nothing too serious. After all, we were dealing with ambush predators and creatures of sneaky nature. It was only almost inevitable. I appreciate your concern.
I'll lower my head slightly and say, I apologize that we were unable to deal with more of them.
I imagine this town is going to have a lot of furnishings, though, for quite a while.
Galarian laughs at what you just said. Oh, goodness no, we are not taking any of that. We can make our own. We have no lack of wood, as you can see. He gestures around at the obvious giant trees around them.
True.
And he goes, I'm curious though. That beast, was that you? He glances over at the group.
Beast.
Yeah, large beast. Tentacles, teeth, missing a chunk of flesh.
All our eyes point directly to Rexmoa.
Right?
But yes, it was a hard-fought battle, but we managed to succeed via, our own wits and might and the blessings of the Titans. As you know, unfortunately, we couldn't pry too much information from that creature. But we did find something in the chamber amongst all the books and rubble after everything was said and done.
You see Galarian look quite surprised to what you are saying, and he goes, wow, well, you might be mightier than what I thought. I may have to be more careful around you.
Rexmoa laughs. Well, I assure you, we're of no danger to you.
I'm glad. I would not like to have enemies as powerful as you if a creature like that was a victory for yourselves. I have never seen such a beast, and I'm glad I haven't, if I'm being totally honest.
I'm gonna like nudge Taurin and be like, this is the first time I've ever seen Rexmoa not be incredibly truthful.
Are you trying to whisper that, by the way?
Dang nabbit, no!
Because if you are, I need you to roll me a stealth check.
Oh no.
And I'm going to roll a perception check for Mr. Galarian.
Like,
Please, Galarian. I shouldn't have said anything.
He's Galarin.
He's
I just
Galarian.
wanted to talk to
Narrowing.
Taurin.
the eyes.
Okay, I have the perception. You give me that stealth check.
It better not be high.
Oh, we will find out soon enough.
He's a warrior.
No, we won't. Stealth. Kipper casts stealth into the past.
See what you got. Let's
Cast
see what you got.
stealth. Kipper casts forget.
Uh-oh.
Kipper doesn't remember anything anymore. He casted it on the wrong person.
Worst
Just,
part is, he doesn't even remember.
He just freaking Men in Black, the laser thingy yourself.
Can I just roll for intimidation and look at the man so aggressively that
Well,
he
you have
doesn't
to-
even remember what I said?
Well, you have to roll stealth first to see if he heard you or not. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Oh, wow. Why are you in
Um,
heavy armor?
Yeah, because clerics do have heavy armor, as a matter of fact.
Oh.
They do.
Would that affect this roll, though?
No, this one, no. I will take the first roll because of that. It technically should not be a disadvantage because it's spoken stealth, trying to whisper something. It's not I'm trying to be sneaky.
I don't know if we're safe, though. This guy's the real deal.
Trying
So I
to
guess we'll
speak
see.
quietly, but the clap of my chainmail is a little Galarian.
Kipper, you notice that there is no reaction to you saying that you were not heard.
Except hopefully by Taurin.
Oh, of course. I mean,
mean,
you're
you're
talking to
whispering.
Taurin. You're just trying not to have Galarian hear this.
I like to imagine you roll a high enough stealth check and no one hears you, not even the intended audience.
You also don't hear it, the person speaking.
Yeah. It's very frightening.
It's just a thought bubble and nothing else.
Yeah. But yeah, Taurin, you were whispered this. You also kind of glance over at Galarian to see if there's any reaction to. Obviously, Kipper saying, "Hey, Rexmoa's been lying," but no, there is no reaction. He actually continues.
No, Rexmoa honestly is being mostly truthful. It's just like omitting like
Right.
5%.
But still,
The singular important detail of we met one of the Titans.
it's not something you might want to hide from the Lord of the town. But yes,
It
what do you
might
do?
Me?
Mm-hmm. You've been whispered.
I wouldn't been whispered to.
You've been whispered.
Well, I look at Kipper, of course, and I'd be like, I just kind of give him a slight nod, like, like, odd.
Kipper's proud. Maybe not proud. Don't know. Conflicted.
It's like out of character with Taurin. That's like how she would kind of be thinking, like, interesting.
Yeah.
Turn of events. Anyways, that's all I would do.
And as you guys exchange this, Galarian just glances back again, and to Rexmoa specifically, and he goes, "Well, what is it you found? Anything interesting, I assume? What were you in the monastery in the first place, if I may be so bold to ask?"
Well, if you don't mind, my lordship, I think these matters would be best discussed with the High Council. I'm an old lizard, and I can't talk as much as I used to, so I'd rather inform everyone in one go.
I understand. And please don't call me Lord. Just call me Galarian. You're as much as you are my guests here. I don't want you to treat me like your lord. Somebody who has felled a beast like that should be treated as my equal or a friend.
Da, 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 da.
That seems pretty classist.
Friends with benefits.
We're equal. Oh.
I mean,
Ambrose
he is
and
a warrior.
Taurin have to like fight for this guy.
Hey now.
I speak on Torin's behalf.
So yes, he goes, right, is it that bad? As you may know, the High Council does not gather for simple reasons. You may be aware of this already if you're somebody who's lived anywhere around the world.
Wait. Of the High Council?
Yes.
That's as me, as Quartz.
Yes. He
Okay.
is saying that whatever you guys are saying must be very important if you want to speak to the High Council, because the High Council does not do meetings like for whatever.
Keeping rather quiet, it's also not something that should be said in such a public setting.
He nods at that, looking a little strange now about what you guys are going to say. And he glances over. As you guys are walking through the plaza, by the way, you can see it's starting to fill up with a lot of people. Some not people. You can see elementals walking around, wood elementals, stone elementals, fairies fluttering about, and even some animals. You can see deer, you can see aquatic animals running around, like, you know, not aquatic, but amphibian, I guess. Running around. The plaza is a big open area made out of stone with several patches of grass and few smaller trees. Kind of looks a little bit like an orchard. Sorry.
You're fine.
And yeah, it's a big open area, and you can see some people just kind of glance around at Galarian. From this you can gather Galarian is somebody who goes around his town quite often, so people are seeing him is not an uncommon thing. You can see some performers around, other people trying to sell smaller trinkets and stuff.
So when the people look at Galarian, like, what kind of reactions is he getting? Is it like reverence or like respect, or are they like uptight when Galarian's around?
Give me a perception check for that one.
Okay.
We're fine
Let
with
us
this character.
proceed.
Okay. With that perception, I can tell you that they greet him like another citizen would. Of course, there is a element of respect, and obviously the fact that there are guards around him in a safe perimeter also doesn't help. But he is not revered. He is not somebody who expects reverence.
Respected, though, at least. That's all it is. Like mutual respect. Okay.
Exactly.
Got you.
He walks among the people as if he was one of them, with, of
There you
course,
go.
some distinctions.
Not the gods, of course. Fuck those.
No,
guys.
not the guards, of course, but yes.
Oh,
Rexmoa just started flexing all of this.
Mm-hmm.
So Galarian again glances back at you guys, and he goes, As we're going to be having a meeting with the council, I should probably tell you a little about them if you guys would like to hear. Of course, me being one of the members of the High Elven Council, and the other two are not as friendly as I am.
How many people make up the Elven High Council?
There are 3 of us, the 3 lords of the 3 major elven cities. We got, sorry, I forgot one of the names of the cities, my bad. I need to pull out my document. I'm the worst DM.
Get your map.
Yes, my map. Hold on.
All your
Hopefully they aren't too uptight about things.
Yes. Let's
We're gonna
see.
find out.
We're gonna freaking find out.
You'd think the DM is endearing as Galarian. That's all I gotta say. If not, then
Endearing as in like handsome or
Well, I mean, well, not just that, but
Yeah,
also
no, of course
personality.
not.
but also
Not just the looks.
No, of course not. Oh shit, where are my notes? I'm just scrolling down.
Then
Hold
I'd
on,
be
I'm
in
sorry.
big trouble. Ugh. No, I'm teasing.
Oh, that's so funny. That is so funny. All right, let's see. Sorry about that. Okay. So yeah, the man goes, of course, we have Sylvana, the ruler of Galgalora. She is, how can I say it in good terms?
Oh,
She is a character. You
a character.
You can see he's kind of being like teasing about this because she probably hates being called that. And she is a very, very impatient woman. Very wise, but with a very short fuse.
Interesting.
And of course, we have Perrin, the Lord of Elunore. One of the most ancient elf in existence. Our master in divination and scrying. Incredibly knowledgeable. It's a man that has a gift for seeing what is, what will be, and what once was.
A fortune teller.
Oh, he kind of laughs at that. Don't let him catch you saying that. You're gonna get kicked out of the council hall.
does he accept requests, or is it more of a high esteemed person only type thing?
Well, it is true. My other elven brethren, members of the council, are not the same as I. They are perhaps more leaning towards royalty. So you are right in saying that it is not something that, and he glances over at Taurin, a fortune teller would do.
Okay.
Looking a bit dejected. I'll look
Can-
at Galarian and nod.
But he obviously continues. But I'm sure that now that you will have an audience with him, if you have questions, hopefully he is in a good mood to answer. After all, being over 1,000 years old does make you a little cranky.
Well, you can always offer him a little treat if he's a little hungry. If he's that cranky. Looks like
We-
it. Got any more
We
pie?
don't have Snickers, unfortunately.
No Snickers.
I don't know if I still have any pie on me.
I'm pretty sure you just bought the one for, everybody, and then you just split it.
Oh.
Yeah, I gave one slice to Ambrose. Bad thing happened. I gave one slice to Taurin. Normal thing happened. I don't know. I don't think Rexmoa ate his slice.
He
I have a
he took
solution.
it, I'm pretty sure, but he didn't eat it. I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
I think
I
Rexmoa
still have
didn't
the
eat
corn
the
cakes.
slice of pie because of what happened to Ambrose. And he was like, I don't want to be next.
Yeah, exactly.
I still have the cornbread.
You do have the
Oh,
cornbread,
cool.
yes.
I feel like that could totally insult them. It's like, oh, you're
Be
not,
right back.
you're hungry.
It just depends on how you spin it.
Mm.
Galarian laughs at your comments because obviously this is amusing to him. Him being part of the council, he deals with these people regularly, even if it's for the council or for other, political meetings or whatever kind of meetings. And him laughing about this can tell you that this man is not exactly as he describes the others. And he goes, right. You're gonna have the meeting. I would just ask you to keep a somewhat professional tone. As I said, these people are not the happiest or, the friendliest.
Would
And I
not-
assume that you will be present as well.
Of course, I am Lord Galarian, Lord of Galranthir, title that has been given to me for many years, and as one of the lords of the Elven cities, I am part of the council.
Are you gonna say something, Sonner?
I was gonna say, would not be the first time I've been in front of someone who has a certain amount of power. Generally a bad idea to speak unkindly towards these people.
He nods.
Kipper's thinking in his mind, like, I've only had bad experience with individuals in power. That's what his mind sounds like, by the way.
Mhm.
Subconscious.
An interesting subconscious going on there.
So, as you guys walk through the plaza, you continue on to another side. You can see the very large castle of Galranthir, a castle that it is built through one of the trees. The main structure is mostly made out of stone. It is a ground level, but the tree goes through it, and you can see that there are some carvings of other rooms and other things in the tree. Galarian just kind of stops, looks at the castle for a second, and then turns to a side to move towards the healers area. You guys reach another smaller building, obviously made out of stone as well, some wooden details, a nicer roof than the rest, where inside there are the healers. They're dressed in a characteristic elven clothing. Inside you see different rooms, stretchers, and screens to stop for privacy of any people that are in there. At the sight of Galarian, the elves kind of give a bow, but Galarian just kind of stops them, like, we don't do that here, And he speaks to one of the healers, asking for of course, the kid in rags, as he calls him. And, the healer directs them to the end of the hallway, and one of the rooms that was closed, the room is open, and you see Jory he is there laying on a bed, very simple bed. And you can see one of the healers is working some sort of magic onto him. You see that physically he looks fine, but of course he is obviously not up.
Oh my goodness, he was real.
Who was it?
Jory.
Okay, just making sure. Sorry.
Do the healers allow us to get closer?
You are in the room. Like the healer's just kind of in next to the bed, just kind of working his magic. And Galarian kind of gestures to it and he goes, Is that your other companion?
Aye,
Confirm.
that is him, alright.
What separated you?
We honestly don't know. We know at some point he was replaced by a mimic. I was at least worried that he was just a mimic the entire time, so I'm glad to see that some form of him still exists today.
Right, we did find corpses of doppelgangers, nasty shapeshifters. Probably what happened, maybe a friend got loose from their grasp and ran until he couldn't. Although, and he gestures at one of the healers that were, working its magic, and the healer goes, well, this is odd. It's your friend here has not suffered a lot of physical injuries. He is fine, a little malnourished perhaps, but other than that, his physical is fine. However, his mind has suffered quite a bit. A psychic attack, of course, could be devastating. He is stable for now.
Will he wake up, you think?
You're asking to the healer?
I'm asking the healer. Yeah.
Mhm. The healer goes, oh, well, with some treatment, we could probably do that. We can maybe try and find some cure. We could talk to the alchemists, or who knows, maybe some of the spellcasters around town.
I think
Have
I
you-
might know what caused it. That creature we saw.
Right.
It did seem to play with our minds, focus on our desires. And when we entered into the monastery, well, when we were heading there, there was this fine mist. We all seemed to experience visions, things that spoke to us in ways that they likely didn't want to be spoken to.
It talked to us. Whatever the creature was.
It was the only one to get stuck in the mist.
The healer nods at all the words and they go, well, that sounds like a very harsh psychic attack, of course. A poor kid. Well, if we manage to get a cure, of course, we can save him. He is not gone yet. However, we do not know how long it would take for him to wake up again. Galarian intervenes and goes, with what you're describing, that beast is interesting. Perhaps we can go find a bestiary or talk to some of our experienced crafters to see if we can get any concoction made for your friend to wake up.
You?
Was that you cut out? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I said, oh, would you?
He goes,
Help us?
of course. You are my guests.
Well, lead the way. What's the first step? Let's go talk to this bestiary? Yes. The beast guys.
Galarian kind of smiles at that. He just tells the healer to continue doing their thing as you exit through the door back again into the main area of this healer ward that you guys are in. He goes, we can wait for a moment before probably talking to somebody who knows about this. I know that we have a lot of people versed in creatures and magics of the sword, alchemy, and some other sorts of mysteries of the arcane. But for now, let us wait until the people have had their chance to open their businesses. How about we have a meal? After all, I woke you up the earliest I could. You must be hungry by now.
If you insist, by all means. Let's go eat.
He again just gestures for them to follow. As you guys exit the place, you guys can see obviously there are guards kind of following around. They're kind of like the bodyguard kind of deal, not super close but not super far. And yeah, he walks out again into the plaza, and as they're walking, he asks, "Well, what kind of food do any of you prefer? I would like to at least try to appeal to your tastes."
Our eyes all turn to Rexmoa again.
Oh, why do everyone's eyes turn to Rexmoa? I wouldn't suppose you have any creatures of the land to serve. I've had my fair share of berries and vegetables and roots, and they've all been rather charming. Always enjoy a visit in a Galranthier, but I could use a taste of home.
Rexmoa, you see, walking past you guys, there is, as you guys move through, there is another tabaxi family that's just walking around, and they hear you and they go, and you know, they kind of start steering away from you guys. Galarian, of course, he nods and he says, right, I assumed you were not the type to feed on vegetables. I assume none of you are. It is, after all, a custom of ours to feed off the land, not their creatures. But me being the Lord, I can probably move some strings around.
I mean,
I
don't mind a fish or two, sardine, salmon, maybe a trout or two.
I don't really care. I just eat what's given to me.
Oh. He goes.
I like berries.
He goes, all right, we can probably set that up. Would you guys like to dine in a more fine place, or any of the establishments around here is good?
I don't need anything fancy. I enjoy eating with the people.
I put my hand on Kipper's shoulders and I look at Taurin.
Hmm?
Like, it's like, well, let's see what Taurin has to say first.
Huh? Oh!
Oh.
I
And
mean, I'm not.
Galeon looks at you
picky.
expectingly, yes.
Yeah, I'm not particularly picky, but I wouldn't mind seeing, what are some of the more popular, I guess, travelers where they would go to,
Humble. I like it. Reminds me of my times as a warrior myself. Very well. We can find a place. And he calls for one of the guards and sends them off with some instructions. Probably to find them some food, if you guys had to guess.
Must be lunchtime.
And he goes, for now, I know it's only been a day and quite interesting one at that, but how have you enjoyed my lovely town?
It's been.
good time for. Oh, never mind.
Go ahead with your
I was
gremlin
about to
voice.
say it's time for you to hit this man up.
Ew. Oh, what do I say? Let's see.
No, Rexmoa
It's
can chime
been-
in first.
Yeah, you
If
can.
you're- if
Go
you're
ahead.
thinking-
I'm like, I can't think of anything at the moment.
Flustered.
Indeed.
Yeah. It's always a pleasure to walk under the canopy of Galrenthier. Even though I find the cuisine to be different from that of Sea's Marrow, I can't help but admire the harmony that you live in among the trees. Reminds me much of the merfolk I would visit, and their friendship, I would say, with the ocean around them.
Yes, we pride ourselves in having a very sustainable city. As you can see, nature gives everything we need, even our homes. So we live at peace with it. Hence why the lack of meat in our diets. We don't really like to consume the poor animals. Of course, I would not deny that I myself have not had some while adventuring, and I understand that your tastes must be different. So there is no judgment on my part. I have sent one of my guards to prepare ourselves a meal. For, a little bit more for your not refined but different taste. Of course, I will join you as well. What kind of host would I be if I don't join you for a meal?
This guy's trying his hardest to not say that you're backwoods.
It's like, well, I got something now, finally, after like sitting there for a minute. Like, jeez. But Taurin would say, we'll go back to like, that part. I know it's probably past the point, but she would say, this place is a druid's dream. And I only wish that I could have brought my little sister here to experience this place as well.
Galarian turns over to Taurin. Oh, a druid. Druids are we're quite needed around these parts. Of course, a life like this is always has its challenges, and druids can help us from, growing the trees in the right way so our homes would not collapse. to the harvest of wood of our own giant willows.
Ah.
Not to mention, of course, the treatment of all of the wildlife that goes around our town. He kind of gestures over and you can see some deer just walking by like nothing.
They're unafraid,
Mhm.
basically. They're
Exactly.
comfortable here, which is
They're just
beautiful.
walking through like people and everything.
Yeah. Taurin's fine with that.
And he goes back again to what you said. A sister, you said. Could I ask what happened?
It was a long time ago, but it is a bit of a touchy subject. Not something for light conversation.
I understand. I'm sorry to have asked. However, if at any point, perhaps we could share conversations like these with a drink.
I mean, sure, I'd be down for that.
Good. Then I hope you stay for a little longer at least. I know that as adventurers, you're probably busy doing your own things. And of course, Galrinthir is always going to be here for you.
Yes, it's my first time seeing so many people, so many different types being together with, well, harmony.
Where did you come from? He asks Ambrose.
I kind of sit straight for a moment, almost like a little bit uncomfortable before saying, I hail from Portstrail.
Ah, the port. Yeah, well, quite different scenery from this one. The town of automation, as it's called now.
Yes, it's a far cry from what most people are used to.
What does it feel to live with all of those machines?
I suppose the best way to explain it, it's not really what you'd expect. Things are both easier, but also harder. Granted, I didn't really live the normal life that you would expect in Portstrail. After all, I kind of just like gesture to my face. Not exactly the type of person that you would normally see there.
I understand. People can be quite judgmental to appearances. He gestures over to an ent, a tree folk that's just walking around. And he goes, here in Galrinthir, in all the elven cities, we accept nature as is. In all of its forms, it's a gift that was given to us. And we have no reason to believe in separation from it.
When I was younger, I always wanted to visit this place. I was told by my mentor that it was a place where no matter what you looked like, no matter who you were, where you were from, you'd be accepted. We had planned to visit there before I last saw him.
A mentor, huh? So you're some sort of fighter, specialized in some sort of martial arts, perhaps?
My sword. And I'll kind of like gesture to the sword that I've, at this point, laid out against like the side of the what we're sitting at, where it's still in my peripherals, which looks a little strange, admittedly, because we're actually dining in somewhere. But it quite obvious I'm not too willing to go too far away from it. This sword belonged to my mentor, and is the same one he taught me with.
Looks like a fine blade, if I do say so. I have my fair experience with weapons, and of course, I can see a good blade. Sorry. I can look at a good blade and understand its value.
It was crafted well, and has seen many battles far before I ever used it. The only thing I fear is that one day it may no longer be as polished. It may not be able to strike against certain creatures. If I ever come across another one of those things, I'm afraid my sword will not be enough.
Yes, everything has a cycle. That is how life works, even for something as inanimate as a blade. Everything has a beginning and an end. However, we should not be sad about the ending. Who knows? Perhaps your blade would be given a second life. Or perhaps it would become an heirloom that will be displayed in the halls of the bravest warriors. One can only hope.
I just don't wish to see it broken. I've already seen that once. I don't wish to see it again.
Well, let's hope that your blade remains strong for as long as you can.
As does yours and your men's.
And you can see how the guard just kind of comes back to him and he tells something to Galarian. Galarian just nods and he goes, "All right, our meal is prepared. Come on, follow me." And they start walking again through the plaza into more of the town of Galranthier. You can see they move through into some other district of town where it's a little bit different from what you've seen in the plaza. Larger buildings and, more fancier architecture, but the houses are slightly smaller and they're a little bit, tucked together. You can see more alleyways and things. And he takes you to one of the houses. It's predominantly made of wood. He enters, of course, just opening the door for you guys to come in. It is a very small establishment with a few tables, but nobody is in there. However, you can see that there are some people working behind the counter of this place. And a larger table is already set for you guys. Please, Galarian says, take a seat. This is one of the places I used to have my food when I was but a warrior serving the army, and I will not change it for anything. Now, I wish to share this with you.
Kipper is just chanting quietly right behind Rexmoa. Food, 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 food.
So, you guys are invited in, and you can see, like I said, it's a simple place. Very much not what you would expect from a lord.
How's the table laid out?
It's a long table for all of you guys. It's obviously a 6-seater, but you guys are we're 5 at this moment.
Has
At
Larian
this
taken a seat?
moment,
No, he's waiting for everybody to, go ahead.
Okay. Rexmoa will say, thank you. I can't wait to enjoy a nice meal. And he will take a seat at the end of the table.
Yeah, perfect. As you do, obviously, Galarian takes waits for everybody and takes the other end.
And so I forced Taurin to sit near Galarian.
I figure you guys just take the seats that are further away, so Taurin has no other way to sit next to him.
Oh, there's
Take
no
a
forcing.
seat next to Rexmoa. Well, I guess I'll take a seat to Rexmoa's side.
Yeah. So you guys
On the
are
end.
like, Rexmoa is on the end, and to the side is Kipper and Ambrose, and the 2 seats remaining that are closer to Galarian. One is gonna be empty because obviously you're not 6, and Taurin and Galarian at the other side.
I like how we've all just become wingmen.
That's gotta be.
So, the people working in there, you can see it's a man and a woman. They're both kind of hurrying, rushing to get, plates and cutlery and glasses and everything. They're a little bit nervous, of course, but Galarian is just kind of okay with it. He's just rolling with it. Guards are, posted outside of this house. You guys saw how the guards just stopped as you entered, and they are outside. None of them are inside, however. This is a small place. Your table takes like a lot of it, by the way. There's only like 1 or 2 more tables that can fit. And Galarian, of course, looks around and goes, like, any of you, do you guys enjoy some wine? Or perhaps any other mead? I don't know what people of your sides of the world would drink.
Do you have any non-alcoholic fizzy beverages?
He thinks about it for a moment and kind of looks at both of the patrons in the establishment, and one of them just kind of nods at him, and he goes, "Oh, well, you can find it all in here. Of course, for you and for anybody else. Should we open up a bottle, or perhaps if anybody has a custom request?"
Is there anyone else in this establishment with us, or did Galarian?
Besides the patrons that are working there, no, it's completely empty.
Don't tell me you were gonna do.
It's 5 o'clock
drinks
somewhere.
Nice try, Dylan.
You can't do that.
Was he gonna do that?
Damn.
Okay, I'll just take whatever is the house specialty.
He looks over at Ambrose and Taurin, expecting if they have anything else.
There's
I
something
think
strong.
she would order like a Bloody Mary or something equivalent to that at this point in time. She is
Okay.
still hungover.
Right,
So-
right.
She needs some salts and,
She needs to hydrate, yes.
yes.
Hydrate before you dihydrate.
Correct.
Exactly.
All right. At your request, Taurin, Galarian kind of laughs at that and he goes, "Oh, I assume you had a good night last night."
I did. I tried some of the local wine. I forget the name, but it was very potent.
Oh,
We're not lying about that.
He goes, "Oh, transparent liquid, very small glass."
Yes.
Oh, nimble brew. I'm personally not a fan of that. It's too strong. It gets me tipsy super fast.
She
Hmm.
got drunk speaking to a wizard.
Ah,
A
Yes.
wizard? Huh.
Yeah,
What kind of wizard were you talking to?
the kind of one that makes you want to get intoxicated.
the old man.
That does not narrow it down.
Theo. Are you familiar with the name Theodric? I believe his name is. I'll just call him Theo.
Theodric. Not a name I'd recognize. Not from around here, at least.
I just like the fact that Galarian is like also has it out for wizards a little bit with that doesn't narrow it down. All wizards make Galarian drink.
Oh no.
So yeah, you can
Thorin
see
would
that.
add.
Oh no, go ahead,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I would say Thorin would add is like, well, he was offering food and drink. He's an old friend of ours, essentially.
Ah,
Acquaintance, I should say.
an old friend. You seem to have a lot of curious acquaintances.
He's really
Is a word.
It is a word.
Galarian just kind of raises his hand, just kind of calls over, and he asks for what everybody wanted. He orders a bottle of wine to share with whoever wanted some local stuff. For you, Kipper, you're getting your fizzy drink, and for you, Taurin, you are getting what would be the equivalent of a Bloody Mary.
Yes.
okay. You know what? I can't leave without trying a little bit. Can someone just pour a tiny bit of the wine into this glass?
Water it down.
As you,
Yeah.
well, the patron just goes back into the kitchen. You can see like they're huffing, they're like rushing, they're trying to. This is
I wasn't
The
gonna ask
Lord.
the patron. I was gonna ask like one of my members to share some wine with me.
no, yeah, that's what I mean. But like he takes the order and just kind of goes back to continue making the food.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
So like you're fine.
Environment.
Good.
Then,
I don't want to tax retail workers.
Then Galarian looks at the party again. So what? Well, I am a little curious about why the council may have an audience with you, and I apologize if this question is you've heard this question a lot from me, but I cannot take it out of my mind as to why a council meeting for your group.
We're very popular.
Galarian, do you get along with these other members of the High Council?
Professionally, of course. Perhaps we're not friends. Friends who share drinks or play games on a lazy night. But of course, we have to be on our good terms with each other. We are, after all, the rulers of the cities, and having the rulers be in a dispute would make chaos.
I agree.
Let's take the reins.
But do you trust them?
Of course. As much as they trust me.
And do they have a reverence for their people as much as you do for yours? I've seen how the local citizens react to you, Galarian. You you may carry the title of Lord, but you walk among them as a neighbor.
Well, I appreciate your words. It's because I came from down below as well. as I said, I was a warrior. I still am. I fight for the people and with the people. And I believe that my status as a lord should not change that. After all, I am not one to be looking down upon everybody on towers made out of marble and gold. That's just a waste, in my opinion. I would rather just be in a tavern, sitting amongst friends.
And I agree. I assume it's your concern for the safety of your people that has you curious as to the matter of this High Council business, but I think it might be best for everyone here if maybe we could just spend the morning and afternoon reveling before we get down to business.
Well, of course. If you so desire, I have no objections against this. If you would like to look around town, maybe. That's all fine by me. The council will not be ready yet. We will be summoned when the council is. Of course, my companions are not as free as me. You may understand, these people require a lot of paperwork.
Oh, they're those kind of people.
Contracts.
Well, there's nothing wrong with being organized. I just don't think I have the brain shaped for that.
I agree. He says, I do keep my affairs organized, of course. I cannot be a lord without organization. What kind of a lord would that make me? But I just cannot live like they do.
Understandable enough, though.
Suddenly, the food starts rolling in. You guys are, the people are starting to put plates of fresh bread. You can see some vegetables being put around there, cooked, some other, steamed and stuff like that. But the main attractive of this here is you can see a very large rack of ribs placed in the middle of the table.
I know who that's for.
And the man speaks. He says that the ribs are venison from an old venison that was ethically sourced. He mentions that he mentions that's kind of nervous to Galarian. And he's just kind of like, no, I kind of get it.
They were on their deathbed. They were holding their hoof the entire time as they were passing.
This is
That was
Taco
like-
Bell meat.
Oh my goodness, that was deer hospice. That's really rough, dude.
Galarian just kind of laughs at that because, after all, like, he understands. He's not gonna be like, "Oh God, you're breaking the law," And your drinks are being, brought in. Kipper, you are presented with a large, kind of like a wooden tankard. It's a very fizzy drink, and it smells like ginger.
Ooh, ginger beer.
And for Galarian, they bring him a bottle of wine and some cups to share around. And for Taurin, as you get what would be the equivalent of a Bloody Mary. Galarian, of course, stands up and pours the drinks. He kind of takes the bottle off the hands of the man who's doing that, and he does it himself, and just shares the wine around to the others who have ordered just basically whatever.
It's nice.
And he sits back down and just kind of sends the man on his way, because you can see he's kind of like looking around at the kitchen, just kind of back, and he is trying to be in all places at the same time. Galarian just kind of pats him on the shoulder and goes like, "We're fine here, If we want something, we will go there."
How much ribs is there?
That's a whole rack. Like, I'm talking, it's quite a lot. It's food for technically 5.
I don't know why, but like, even though, getting meat anywhere else, it's like an animal taken before its time had come, this feels more wrong somehow. This was like...
We're technically unorthodox is probably why.
It's like, this was an old... He like died peacefully and willingly gave his body. I don't know why that feels wrong.
I mean, hey, the food is in there. It's your choice to eat it or not.
I know.
Galarian just...
Kipper's thinking about this, and his hunger outweighs these thoughts.
Galarian picks up a plate and starts serving vegetables for himself.
Kipper's gonna take a rib and like eye contact with Galarian. Not like in a, hey, I'm evil eye contact, but kind of a please don't judge me eye contact.
Galarian is just looking at everybody, see if they are enjoying their meal, or they're starting to enjoy their meal.
I'm so sorry. When you said he's looking at everybody, I was imagining like what chameleons do with their eyes.
No, he's just kind of glancing at all of you.
Yeah, Rexmoa, he raised his glass earlier to get some wine from Galarian, and now he's definitely eyeing those ribs. Like, how are they presented? Could he just like cut a few off the rack and just like...
If you were to grab it off the bone, they would slide through. Those things are tender and very juicy.
Aged like a fine wine.
Yeah, he's certainly excited, but he does keep in mind that he is in the presence of a lord and a member of the High Council, so he will elegantly take like a few, like 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 ribs from the rack
and keep in
place
mind
it,
he's a
yeah,
vegan lord.
and place it on his plate. And when offered vegetables, he says no thank you.
Right, of course. Yeah, no,
do it.
I mean, Galarian is, as it say, he's grabbing his own pieces of bread, he's grabbing his vegetables, he just kind of sits down, just kind of waiting for everybody to grab their food. He's really expecting, like you can tell this man is not like judgmental about what you guys are doing. He doesn't hate you guys because you're eating the meat.
I'm wondering, is there like any soup going on?
Oh, I mean, it has a thing, but it can, as I said, they brought many things. So, if you want a fish, I mean, it can probably do that.
That's all right. You know what? I'm a druid. I'm okay with veggies. It's good. We're good.
Okay. So yeah, you guys can share some vegetables. And yeah, like the table is set and everybody is just, expecting you to eat. You can see some of the people in the kitchen are kind of looking back to see if you guys are eating or not. And they all seem happy. The atmosphere is cozy. Clearly a very small and, again, cozy place. Not a large bustling tavern with a lot of rich patrons or, not the usual very bad smelling tavern with drunk people vomiting everywhere and fights going on every hour of the day.
That's the kind I grew up with.
Stinky.
Yeah.
And yeah, so as you guys are taking your food, you can taste it. It's very delicious. The deer is incredibly good, gamey as it's usual. It has an amazing glaze, and it's tender, so you can like I said, you can just slide it off the bone like nothing.
God, stop! You're making me hungry for ribs.
How dare you?
Good.
I love ribs. Ugh.
I'm gonna have
Okay,
to
continue.
beat you up.
And yeah, for a society that just lives off vegetables and fish, you can see that this is incredibly well made. So, you know, you kind of question how much do they live off vegetables and fish if they can cook this well?
I know. Someone in that kitchen is not from around here.
Potentially, as you've seen around, there are many different peoples, many species, many races all over the place.
I'm also thinking about Ambrose has been very quiet, and I think it's because he secretly loves bread. He's just been shoving his mouth full of bread this whole time.
Be cute.
Ambrose, surprisingly, seems to be trying to mimic the food that Galarian is eating.
Oh.
The vegetables?
And surprisingly doesn't seem too bothered by it.
Aww.
I mean, fair enough. As you know, as the elves are here, their vegetable plates are probably as good. Well, for a vegetable plate, that is, as their meats from other
They
places.
probably make it good because their culture is literally being vegetarian. Or
Correct, exactly.
pescatarian.
Exactly. They make it very nice.
But how can they be pescatarian? Do fish not have a soul? Is that what they think? How dare they?
Source of protein.
I mean, I don't know about that one. But yeah,
Fish ethics.
food's starting to go very well. You guys are, you know, enjoying your meal. Anything else you guys want to talk about with Galarian or do?
So, have you heard any news from just outer in the world? I haven't really heard much, surprisingly, being in Mistbell.
Oh, I've heard what happened with the Harvest Festival. That was quite a disaster.
It wasn't. Oh, it could have been worse. It was just. It's just once again dumb people trying to be racist. That kind of doesn't end very well when you accidentally or purposefully kidnap the princess of a society.
Yes, it was very fishy, the whole thing. So.
The Princess of Face
Kipper
Society.
gives you bombastic side eye.
The Princess of a Society, you said? How do you know this? Like, what news have you heard?
Well, that was kind of our first time that we banded together. That's where we met, funny enough.
Oh, you were in the... Oh, I'm sorry to hear.
The princess was really nice, though, so it was worth our while, and everything turned out nice.
You would say that.
I would say that.
The princess. What kind of princess?
She was merfolk. Yeah, there's this fun fact, lake fact. There's a secret city underneath Mistbell at the bottom of the lake, and it is a merfolk city. And it's apparently been there longer than Miss Bell's been there.
Huh. Well, that's something new. You don't learn that every day.
I know, and it's kind of making me wonder how in the world did those idiots find the princess to begin with if no one else in Miss Bell knew. I haven't thought about that until now.
Was the
And that's a
princess young?
contract. Oh, sorry.
Oh?
Was the princess young?
I think the princess was around princess age? Question mark?
I think she was young. I mean, there was still a queen in power.
Oh, maybe the princess decided to go to a place she shouldn't have been. It's
Yeah.
not an uncommon thing for young, curious creatures to do so.
That is true. Is there anything else happening outside of Miss Bell? We've kind of, I think Mist Bell and the monastery and here's kind of been the only places we've been.
Well, me and the gods have heard some rumors about the dwarves amassing an army. I hope.
Against who?
That's what we're trying to figure out. Perhaps that's part of why the council is concerned. It's
Oh, sorry.
It's a topic that has, well, me and the other rulers thinking.
Kipper's gonna look at his party members because he wants to know their input on that because that's a pretty big deal. The dwarves amassing an army.
Well, it could be for a couple of things. There has been issues in the world recently. Hopefully, it's just preventative measures.
Yes. The dwarves themselves have always been an isolationist sort. A little more paranoid of the world around them. I always attributed it to mercury exposure, but that is simply my opinion. But if they're amassing an army, perhaps they have reason to be concerned as well.
All I know is that the world is definitely going through a change. It feels odd. Even nature starts feeling different than usual. I hope there is nothing that would be of concern for us and our city. While we have our troops, I don't know how ready we'll be if there is an invasion of sorts. After all, we are, as you can see, not the attacking kind.
I wouldn't imagine they would amass an army specifically for you. What possible news could they have heard that would make something like that happen?
That is the question. We don't know. And unfortunately, times like these is where the meeting is supposed to take place. I hope that my companions would tell us a little bit more. Maybe they have some more insight on what is going on around in the world. After all, as a lord, I cannot move too far for too long.
I understand. I apologize for darkening the mood of conversation. This is matters for more official area. Now's just for drinking and eating and laughing.
Correct. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the food. I hope my hospitality was to your liking.
How long have we been at the table?
I would say about like 30, 45 minutes. You guys have been eating, you know.
All right. Rexmoa is probably like a few glasses of wine in.
Wait, was that? No? Okay. Sorry about that. What were you saying?
Rexmoa says to God, I forgot his name.
Galarian.
No, yeah, Galarian, not Gawaranthir. Gawaranthir is the place. Galarian's the guy. Yeah, he says to Galarian, it's like, I enjoy your tastes in accommodations and food. Both this lovely establishment and the inn you recommended. Very comfy, very cozy. I will say, I've stayed at my fair share of inns and roadside hovels, and the city of Gawaranthir is always so accommodating whenever I visit.
Well, I'm glad you think about us like that. I really think we put our effort to make ourselves a nice place for the people. And of course, I do hope you are going to stay for a little longer. I don't know what kind of adventures you have planned, but it will be sad to see you go so soon. He does a little glance over to Taurin.
Really now? She kind of perk up her ears.
Of course. No, it's not any day that I can share a meal with people who understand many things about the world, and of course, brave warriors like yourselves.
Well, what else would you like to know?
Right now?
Oh wow.
I said no, just so we. Oh. Yeah.
He goes, well, I suppose a walk through town would not be bad.
Like a tour? A guide? Once more?
Perhaps just to show around, not necessarily in a tour.
Ooh, maybe some secret hideaway places too?
He grins at that.
Okay.
Rexmoa was like staring across the table and sipping wine, and he's not saying anything, but he's definitely thinking about things from across the table.
Judgy eyes.
I feel like Rexmoa would give the talk. Listen now, protection's always important.
Imagine giving the talk to the lord of the frickin' city.
Yeah, this talk, the talk would be for Taurin, if anything.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get
or
scolded.
not the Galarian.
but play it where it lands. So I guess he will not object. He will merely observe, as any good sociologist would.
I will say this much. When I did say that, I wasn't thinking anything promiscuous. I was thinking like, cool underground, like catacombs and stuff like that, like adventure-y stuff.
Well, see, nobody implied anything.
I just want to point that out there right now.
I'm defending my honor out here.
I am saying, hang on, hold on.
I respect Galarian as a person.
Yes.
I don't see him as an object to be won over.
If a smooch happens, it happens. Oh.
If it happens, it happens. Oh boy.
Kipper's gonna make sure that smooch happens.
Dun dun dun. And then we'll part ways with the city, and then it just what happens in Galvanthyr happens in Galvanthyr, and then it'll be gone.
Yeah.
Oh boy. But yeah, Galarian kind of notices, how everybody's just like, looking and just taking the drinks, like listening, and he just clears his throat and goes, well, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of interesting activities. After all, we are a large town. Is he blushing? There is a little red on his ears.
Ah, the elf blushes.
It's just the wine.
It's just the wine.
I just
Just
imagine
wine.
like me, Ambrose, and Rexmoa are all just nudging each other in tandem.
Honestly, Rexmoa is thinking like, should we all even go as a group? Like, should we find a way to peel off? We'll see where it goes.
I'm okay with peeling off.
Hey, we can't. We got to talk about this. We have to communicate that in character.
We've been nudging this whole time in Morse code.
I'm sure we all have different ideas of, what the correct course of action is. Anyways, let's see where this is going.
So, as you can see, Galarian is a little flustered as well for what is going on, and he goes, have you checked the markets already? Perhaps there's something that may interest you. We do have a lot of local produce, and or if you're more interested in more adventuring gear, of course we have a wide selection of them in our forge.
I have a brilliant idea. You know what? You just reminded me of something. I need to go pick up an order. Would you be happy to accompany me?
Yes, of course.
You're welcome.
Rexmoa reaches for the bottle of wine. He pulls the glass to the tippy top.
What does that mean?
What does this mean? What's happening?
What do you mean? What does that mean? I'm just refilling my glass.
He's just drinking, man.
Yeah, I'm just trying to drink.
He's just drinking.
What are you implying here?
I'm not implying anything. I'm just reacting to the information that I witnessed.
Like,
As
oh
Rexmoa.
my god.
The way you react is to drink alcohol.
Realistic.
Mm-hmm.
It is realistic. It is realistic.
No, you're good.
That is what I feel when I see other people being romantic.
So yeah.
Kids gotta grow up someday. You can't make all their choices for them.
Yeah, that's true.
As you guys are
And
finishing your
Rexmoa
food,
is all of our dad.
yes, he is the group dad. But yeah, as you guys are finishing the food, you can see the patrons are starting to pick up, the plates and all the stuff that's already been eaten. Just taking it all out back to most likely wash. Only the drinks are remaining. And as you guys have spent this time, obviously it is already time to leave. You know, wine has already run out. Everybody has had a couple of glasses. Kipper, you've had your fizzy drink, your fizzy little ginger beer soda kind of thing. And Taurin,
It's ginger beer.
And Taurin, you've already had your Bloody Mary or the equivalent.
I'm lucid enough, I think, now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about Galarian, though.
Galea
Sucks for
seems
him.
fine.
I'm sure
Okay.
he knows his way around a bottle of wine.
He's fine.
He is fine for now. So
For
yeah,
now.
he stands up and obviously kind of gestures everybody. He goes, well, are we leaving or
All right. I look at Kipper and Ambrose, and we try to communicate using our eyes. Without saying a word. All right, describe what you all are doing.
They're like going off like accordions, like stretching in and out of our socket.
like the cartoony, woo.
We all do the emote that Willa put into chat.
Yeah, the eyebrows.
Wait.
Oh. Okay. You would not. Okay. How do I word this? No, I just remembered. Ambrose and I believe Kipper as well. We have what did Taurin say they were going? They were going to the markets, right?
They went to the forge to pick up her.
They're going to the forge. We're going not to the forge. We're okay. I'm trying to remember the places.
There is the magic quarter. There is the main
we're going back
plaza.
there. Okay.
There
the main
is,
plaza.
obviously there's like places like the castle, like the minstrel cask, which is where you slept.
Okay. I'm trying to think of a place that would be semi-useful. Dishonor, is there anywhere you wanted to go? You kind of missed out on last session.
True.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'll glance towards Kipper and say, seeing as I got sick yesterday, I never really got to look around like I wanted to. How can I glance at Kipper and say, I feel it's a bit improper for me to say this over dinner.
You never got to what?
If you remember from last week, I never got to look for my mentor because I got sick immediately after.
Oh my goodness, yes. The actually important thing.
So I'll
Very
kind of say,
important.
little too weird to talk about over dinner.
No, I agree. We can. I would assume there's probably a teller we can find, just an information broker.
I'll look over at Rexmoa and say, "Oh, explain in a couple of minutes."
Okay. Well, I guess the point is that we could probably find a way to meet up in some location, hopefully wizard free.
Right.
Wizard
Agreed.
Okay. I guess like where does the High Council meet?
In the castle.
All right. I think
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I think we can take care of our errands, and you two can pick up Taurin's custom order, and we can meet back in front of the council.
Yes.
I'm sure one of your people can find our people. We'll be at the, and then I gesture towards Ambrose.
Just kind of like tapping him to like move to go,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be at the yeah. Let's
Maybe
I'm sure
We're
Galarian,
not
you
being
can
suspicious at all.
you have eyes around the city.
Taurin with your travels.
Well, that's an interesting idea, of course. I would love to tell stories of battles past.
Ooh, I do love a good war story.
Well,
You
then,
like war?
A good war story.
Whoa.
Galarian would move over to Taurin's seat and offer his hand.
Of course, she would be like, yes, like a little lady, like, yes. Held hand on her hands. Delicately,
Meanwhile,
like,
in your brain, you're like,
So then Galarian just kind of bows at the three of you, and then he goes, "We will meet in front of the castle. I will make sure to bring your friend. Don't worry, she's safe." He's just kind of like, a little like, oh god, these guys are a little bit too worried,
Rexmoa definitely kind of looks worried, but
I mean,
he's trying not to show it.
Hi. And she
Trust
messaged
trust.
in the
parents
trust in the
will always
process.
worry about their children.
A little bit of pixie dust. It's okay.
Yeah. So easy enough. The two, obviously Galarian and Taurin, just exit first, and then you
I just realized
three.
it sounded,
Yeah, what's up?
it sounded kind of like I threatened him slightly.
Galarian and Taurin exit first, and you three are left on your own inside of the place. The people are cleaning, the patrons are cleaning up the table. There's nobody in. You can see that the guards on the outside just kind of move with Galarian, of course, keeping their distance. And now some people are starting to come inside that small like food tavern inn place.
I would like to take this moment for a round of high fives.
We just start high-fiving each other.
That went absolutely terribly.
Huh?
But I will still high five you.
Rexmoa high fives, but he asks, "Well, what is the occasion exactly?"
A girl getting hitched, maybe?
Don't say it like that.
Can't wait.
I don't know if she's gonna get hitched, but
It's basically confirmed. You hear the bells in the distance.
Oh god.
I can't wait for little weird Taurin elf things to start, like, inhabiting the world.
elf tabaxi.
Oh no.
Rexmoa says, "Kipper, can we please not talk about this?"
World first. Elf tabaxi later.
Kipper just likes to torment you guys about this.
Don't we have business to take care of?
I don't know. You tell me.
Right, Rexmoa,
Mhm.
you remember a while back I talked about my mentor back in Misspell. It's been some time.
Mhm. Yes, I
Well-
do recall.
I spoke a little to a Kipper here. More than I spoke to my mentor. It's not so much that I haven't seen him in a while. It's that he's literally missing.
Oh.
It was of his own choice. It's not like well, I don't think he was kidnapped or anything like that. He had a certain condition, so he didn't show his face around people. And I suppose I kind of like look around, almost trying to gather the words myself. I say, there was reason that he left. However, I am trying to find him again. That is why I set out once more. I have been looking around every town that I've been in. trying to find information about his whereabouts. And the last place I spoke to him about was to come here to Galvin there together. And so I thought maybe, just maybe, someone might have seen him.
What kind of person is your master? What do they look like?
I doubt anyone has seen him for what he truly is, which is an issue that I've come across. It's hard to ask about him when no one knows what his face looks like but myself. And I'm quite sure that he would have not shown his face. I'm more than sure, in fact.
Well, there are other characteristics we can recognize people by. Does he have any habits? Does he have any hobbies? Places he likes to enjoy? Collecting things? Or certain phrases they like to say, perhaps?
He was a man of few words, but when I was with him, he often found himself in trouble. Not the type of trouble you'd find with, like, banditry of that nature, but he'd often skirt with the law, trying to help those that the law didn't help.
He sounds like the type of guy we would have liked to meet.
I would agree. It's the only reason why I became who I am today, is because he took me out of my issues and saved me from a dispute that was not fair.
Well, I think the place we might need to visit could be closer than you might have thought. And I look back towards the building, the establishment we just left. And people are re-entering, right?
Yeah, you can see some people are starting to go in for a meal, food, drink.
Well, if he's a man of the people are right here. Perhaps we should ask around, like you said. They might not have a face that is recognized, but actions do speak for themselves.
For a moment, I grimace, but I smile and say, I would hope. Appearance-wise, all I can really tell you is that he tended to be bundled up. He didn't let anyone see any of his skin.
Well, that in itself is rather distinct. Noted.
Though, he was human, so...
He
Sure,
was
sure.
human?
Well, you see this kind of moment where I kind of just freeze up entirely, and I say, is human.
Yeah.
Is human.
Yeah, Rexmoa's eyes would have narrowed for just a second before relaxing once again. Ambrose can talk about this at the pace which he desires. Kipper, do you have any thoughts? You've been sitting on this information longer than I have.
I honestly, I just want to help Ambrose find him, I guess. I know how important loved ones mean to us, so I feel like we're all motivated by similar things.
Well, I was going to say that he is the only one that I have felt positive emotion for, but I find that's not quite a true statement anymore. You two and Taurin, I have found myself quite well acquainted with.
Well, it sounds like you and your master have some catching up to do. Let's see if we can track him down. But I must ask, Ambrose, out of all... How long did you say you and your master have been apart? What makes you think that he would be around now?
Again, I kind of grimace and I say, I'm just hoping someone might have seen him. I honestly have no reason to think he has been here. At all, or especially recently.
Does he have like a specific accent? Would that help at all?
Let me send a DM to ZJ really quick.
Okay.
'Cause I'm not kind of hard for me to
Describe an
Stage.
accent
yeah.
in a world where like England and American does not exist.
Correct.
True. I am going to send it into my character
Okay.
thing.
Let me check it out. Oh, I
Everybody.
might have to re-add that thing. Hold on a second.
You can access it by hovering over the world unless you
Yep.
see all actors.
There you go. It's alive.
Mike.
Perfect. So while Dishonor is texting this for a moment, Taurin, you
Yes.
are now walking alongside Galarian as you as you guys are headed from the place into the main plaza and again heading towards in the direction of the forge. What are you doing?
Well, being as truthful as possible, we're going to go pick up my leather armor from
Correct.
the forge.
But I
So-
mean, like, as you guys are walking, any talking, anything?
And walking and we're talking and we're holding hands. No, I'm teasing.
I believe Galarian was regaling you with the tale of his.
Yeah, because I was about to
exploits.
say, if you're not going to probably, he is probably going to.
That's
But
right.
you know, just wanting to know if you had something to say first.
For a change. I know for sure I would want her to kind of find out what that creature was that she obviously took the hide from. So
Right.
so that would be one goal of hers, to find out more information, maybe try to dig out some more information that way. Because I know earlier we were talking about later. Would this be later, or you mean later? Because
Oh, I mean, this
D3.
would be later, but as I said, right now you are with him,
Okay.
just hanging around. So you're just heading there. That's what I said. If you wanted to talk something to him, otherwise, he's gonna talk to you.
Okay, that's fine. Go right ahead then. No, I'm good. That would be the only thing I would do though.
Okay. So as you are, you guys are walking towards, he goes, so, interested in war stories now? I would not imagine somebody would be interested in those. They're usually not a happy story.
Oh, but the gallant wins the fighting. Who wins? Who loses? The suspense.
Perhaps you're more fond of literature, books, stories?
Yes.
I used to read a lot as well before I started, the whole warrior soldier thing. I fought many battles, lucky to still keep myself intact, unlike some of my companions. I still like to visit them from time to time. Whoever is still alive, of course. I believe war is, sure, an epic tale, but there's always a loser. And sometimes the losers can be from both sides.
This sounds oddly specific.
Well, I'm just saying I have witnessed the good and the bad. However, I will not say that some of those battles were quite epic as you described them. Taking down many foes. An odd question, but what is your weapon of choice?
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
Usually my claws and teeth.
Oh.
But every now and again, my short bow.
Ah, a ranger. That's fine. I'm pretty good with swords. I like short swords. I feel like I'm nimble enough to wield two of them. And as a matter of fact, I enjoy doing so. The look of people when they think, oh, that's highly unpractical in combat. And, well, I prove them wrong very easily, in fact.
Oh. Is there like a place for demonstration then? Shall we go to? Is there like a training hall of some sorts?
There is a sparring ground, of course. I would totally take you there if that's what you want.
I do need to test out my new armor, so that would be a great place, I think, to try it out.
Of course. We can go after picking up your armor. What kind of armor are you getting?
It was a peculiar hide that I picked up. The creature you mentioned earlier, I took a few pounds of its flesh, and so hopefully it'll be nice and durable. That's my hopes for it anyways.
Ah, so it was you who cut a chunk of it. Yeah, we noticed. It was a little odd to find such a beast with a large portion of its flesh missing. But hey, if you are as strong as we could see, I mean, it's justified. It's a trophy of your victory, after all.
It is. Waste not, want nots. That's what my mother always said. So, you know.
That's a good philosophy. A philosophy that you may know we carry out very well in this town. So, any other interests besides stories?
Tales, mysteries.
Mm-hmm. Quite a literary one, huh? I may have to take you to our library sometimes. Maybe we can share some stories, read a few books.
That sounds like a great idea.
You guys are walking through the plaza as you are conversing. You can see people are kind of looking at both of you. Obviously, this is could be a little scandalous for a lord.
Oh?
Because obviously you're talking to the lord of a town and he's just hanging around alone with a lady.
Oh.
He has
Uh-oh.
guards. He's not alone.
Yeah,
He's not alone.
Well, of
Yeah,
course,
come
but like, come on.
this guy's surrounded by dudes all day.
We're prepared for that hot goss.
Can't help it when there's a cute cat girl around. Not teasing.
So you guys eventually managed to reach the forge, as you know, you are chit-chatting about your interests and all of that.
Yeah.
And as you arrive, you know, people kind of greet Galarian, and he just kind of gives you the gestures for you to, you know, find whoever you sold or you bought from, or I guess hired.
The big burly man. That's all I remember.
Yeah. Indeed, you can see the man is still there working on some leather, and on a mannequin nearby, you can, now that you can see it very well, you notice the armor is laying there. It has the same texture as the skin of the creature, obviously, and the same color, but it is crafted into a good-looking armor.
Ooh.
And as you approach,
Shenanigans.
the man just greets you, of course, and takes off the armor of the mannequin and just puts it on in front of you. And he goes, if you could try it on, see if there's any adjustments that need to be made. But as far as I can see, the armor is done.
Oh, such craftsmanship. Beautiful, simply splendid. I have to try this on. And she'll look at Galarian, no peeking.
Galarian just kind of raises both hands and just turns around.
And of course, I'll go somewhere. I don't know, there's a stall nearby. I'll go over there and I'll try it on.
Yeah, totally. I mean, inside of the buildings, there would be places for you to do that. And easy enough, you managed to put it on. And let me check, what armor are you wearing? Because I had a question about that. I didn't check at all.
It's splendid armor.
Care if they just start with hide or leather?
I'm pretty sure
think
you
it's
start with leather. Yeah, it's leather. Okay.
Yeah.
Easy enough. Yeah, you put it on. The armor fits perfectly. It's a little rugged because of the same material that it's made out of. But you feel good, you feel protected with this armor.
Perfect.
And you have attained a studded leather armor with a +1.
Ooh.
Meaning your armor class will now be 13 plus your dexterity modifier
Oh.
whenever your armor is equipped.
Whenever it is equipped.
Gotta
Okay.
get that glamour now.
Nice.
Correct. Yeah, so your armor class will go from 13 to 15.
So dex scaling to 15. Nice.
Mhm.
Okay.
Correct. So as you come out and you go over there, the man, the craftsman, the crafter goes and just kind of inspects the armor, and he goes, I think that's a perfect fit. I hope you don't mind, but I also was able to use some of the scraps of the hide that you gave me for some other things.
Ooh.
And let me check what I had in my notes here.
Taurin, of course, would be interested. Yes.
And he is also going to give you a dagger.
Ooh.
Nice.
With the leather of the creature used for its the sheath of the blade and the handle.
The handle and the sheath. Okay.
I guess like just like the wrapping of the handle. I guess.
Exactly, the wrapping of the handle and the sheath of the blade. It's a normal dagger.
Just a standard little dagger.
Mm-hmm.
Good. A little knife is always handy.
Correct. And he goes, that one is free of charge. I, after all, used your scraps and some materials that somebody did not pick up. So you can have it.
Oh, thank you very much. Taurin would obviously, pick it up and kind of eye it nicely and wrap it next, on her little belt. Yes. Like tie it on there.
Now that you've come out and, the man has already given you everything, Galarian just turns around and he goes, oh, well, the armored look does fit you.
Not bad. I do say so myself.
It's definitely an interesting material. He moves closer and just kind of, touches a little bit of the shoulder pads of the armor because it's rugged. It's not a normal leather.
Mm-hmm.
He goes.
I was like, mm-hmm.
and he goes, not something I would choose, but it's your trophy. You did it.
Ta-da! Well, ready to go show off some moves?
I'm ready, and he offers you his arm now.
Ah, okay. And gleefully she'll take it, of course.
They both start walking around towards the area where the guard is being trained.
Awesome sauce.
And on that, we're gonna go back to the three.
Mm.
Now that you guys have spoken, what are you guys doing?
And so, by the way, I'll say the answer to that question is I don't know exactly where he's from, but I believe it's somewhere between Port Strail and Misspell.
All right. Well, we're not going to learn anything just standing around. I think we should get our feet moving and put our ears to the ground.
Yeah. So where do you guys want to head out to? I remind you that you guys are near this food establishment. Then there is more open places like, the main plaza. There's also the Minstrel and Cask, which is another tavern of larger size. You have the Magic Quarters, the Forge.
Is there a teller?
A teller like such? Probably not.
No.
I mean,
We need
you maybe
info,
could.
my man.
You maybe could find some like postal office
Oh.
if you're looking for something. If not, I mean, like I said, there is a lot of open areas you can go and ask around.
I think we should start at the establishments. I mean, if we want to stick together, we can stick together or get split up. I don't really know which one you all would like to do, or if it would be simpler narratively if we just stick together.
I mean, that would be up to you.
All right. All right. I looked at Kipper and I say, "Can I trust you to not make a scene?"
Probably. I'll try my best.
Oh, I think we should split up. That way we can cover more area, perhaps. Increase our chances of finding someone who your master might have helped.
And I suppose at some point I would have told Rexmoa that his name is, the mentor's name is Vieren.
Vieren?
Okay.
Which I told Kipper that not last week, but the week before last week. So
that helps tremendously having the name again.
Yes. I'm not sure if his name would have went around. He doesn't always use his name, but he's never used a false identity.
Okay. All right. So, have we been to the open square? We went to the market, right?
You've walked through the plaza. You've seen how it's starting to get people around it. You've been to the markets, yes. You've been to the market area. You've been to the forge. You've been to the magic's quarters. And right now, where you are, this is more of just housing areas where you can see there's still small shops and everything, but nothing as dedicated as the spots you've been in. There is the minstrel and cask again, and the castle, but I don't think you can just go in the castle willingly, to be fair.
That might be a bit tough.
If your master is a human, he still has to eat and sleep. So how about I go back to the minstrel and cask? In case you don't recall, that is where we stayed, and I'm sure many people, both native to this place and from far away, have visited there.
That's a really smart idea. I was honestly just gonna wander around aimlessly asking people.
Oh, perhaps you should. Oh,
I usually just run to different inns and places of business. Fortunately, it's not been very effective for me.
Well, now you have 2 extra able bodies.
Yeah.
And
If
many
you
hands
wanna,
to load
if you-
light.
yeah, if you would like to accompany either Kipper or myself, I'm sure perhaps you could learn a thing or two about the gift of the gab, as it were.
I feel like definitely you would learn more from Rexmoa. He's a bundle of wisdom, that one.
It would probably be good if I was with at least one of you. Maybe even both, considering I'm the only one who actually knows him.
Fair point. Perhaps we should all simply visit the tavern then, and we could split up once we get inside. That way we don't have to look for each other.
You guys want to lock arms and skip off into the sunset?
Let's lock arms and skip into the minstrel and cask.
I like that idea.
Beautiful.
Just keep in mind, Kipper, you're going to be hanging from our arms.
Yeah, Kipper's in the
That's
middle.
the fun part.
So as you guys are moving towards the minstrel cask, then you are walking, going out of this I guess living, I don't know, just houses, more dense housing area into the main plaza. And obviously you have to head to the minstrel and cask. You know where it is. It's one of the large trees that has many entrances. But something catches your attention as you go through the plaza. You hear performers. Specifically, one group specifically catches your attention with the words, "Come one, come all. Let yourselves be graced and honored in the presence of the fabulous Trick and Treat." And you see flowers tossing about, petals, and other things that caught your attention immediately.
I know these people, but not in the D&D thing.
What?
Oh.
I assume you're talking as Bip Bip and not Kipper.
I'm talking as
yes.
Bip Bip.
Okay.
And
I'm not sure about these people. Okay.
yeah,
We're about to find out.
I mean, you can see a small crowd is gathering around these entertainers. As you guys walk closer, or just are going around, you can hear the music start to play.
I guess, I mean, personally, Rexmoa wasn't gonna diverge from his plans, but he assesses the looks of his two companions who are currently arm in arm and in tow, literally.
I meant it as a metaphor. I didn't mean it.
Oh, I thought we were literally doing it and you were in the middle.
I mean, like, I guess if it's happening, it's happening.
It's happening.
Too
Okay.
late. The takes you back, Zeus. Gotta do it.
I'm being dragged.
Hmm.
Just carried.
I'm just floating.
So, would you guys stop around or just go through? You can hear flutes, you can hear drums, and like people are starting to cheer around.
Ooh.
I don't know. Like, this seems like a lot of fun, but I don't think it's going to be very productive asking these people many questions.
I don't mind waiting a few more minutes. It's not like that's going to change the fate.
Yeah.
You know what?
No.
If you're okay with it.
That was easy to convince. All right. Well, yeah, we can wander into the crowd, or however comfortable we are with crowds.
Yeah, you guys approach the crowd and you can hear people clapping along at the rhythms of the flutes. You hear some the shaking of like bells or like, you know, multiple instruments. And as you guys move into pushing along, not pushing, but like kind of just nudging people around to get into this circle, this crowd that is forming, you see in the middle there's a few people. Some are playing the drums, some are playing some other instruments. But the more predominant ones is there are two. It's one red-headed elven lady that is playing a flute as she is tossing around petals from her hands. And the other one is a male tabaxi. Funny enough, another snow leopard like Taurin. That is dancing. Both of them have very show-like outfits. Both of them are just giving a great performance as music is playing, dancing is going on, people are cheering, people are going around. Some of them are, tossing them some coins, which the cat very flexible, like he just kind of grabs with a hat and tosses them back to like a little pile that they have in between them. The druid just starts handing out flowers to the people in front, and once they reach you, obviously they just kind of with the flick of her wrist, a pretty like red flower appears on her hand and just kind of hands it to each one of you.
All right, I'll toss a gold to the what did you say it was? Was it a basket or a hat that they're collecting coins in?
Yes, the male tabaxi is collecting it with a hat. Let me show you how they look like. Cough cough, shameless self-insert here. Boop.
Post it in the.
That is the two of them.
Damn.
Which
Does he look
chat
this
is
sexy?
in?
They do.
Is this the entertaining outfit?
Yes, they do. Yes.
I'm thoroughly entertained.
Which chat is this in?
It's on the Roll20.
It's on Roll20.
Oh no. Okay, my computer's been off for a bit.
Oh no.
That's fine.
But yes, as you give the gold, she just kind of bows at you and just thanks you. You can see that the male tabaxi speaks and he goes, "Thank you, everybody. We are this lovely group goes from town to town, making your lives a little bit more brighter." And again, he snaps his fingers, and from his fingers, few motes of light go flying like sparks, and everybody's like, "Wow!"
Ooh.
Oh no, he's hot.
Huh?
He is. Yeah, and the lady would, with her both of her hands, would conjure like a small fireball, just toss it in the air, and they catch it, and then it disappears in her hands.
Mm.
She does that again, and the male just shoots one of these motes, and the fireball blows up into a bunch of petals, spraying everybody with flowers. The male says, "We're going to be around town for one more night, so get your entertainment whenever we can, and if you see us some other time, well then I hope you enjoy our act once again. I am the fabulous Trick and Treat. With my lovely companions here, we are here to bring you the most lovely spectacle your eyes have ever witnessed." And the music starts going to a halt as their number is done, and you see people clapping. Some of them are tossing them silver, gold, and all of that. They're kind of picking it up and then just, getting their stuff ready.
I'd say that was rather enjoyable. As I'd say, somewhat still like deadpan.
Hey, you say that like to them?
To the party.
Oh, okay.
I was about to say, I'm like, wow.
Oh.
So yeah, I mean, you guys are in front of them, so like if you want to talk to them, like they're just there, just kind of picking up the money and just kind of cleaning up. They have like a little, I guess not like a tarp, but you're sitting down, like you see the people with the drums and everybody are just kind of picking up their stuff.
I suppose we may as well. I mean, I'm sure they've attracted. Well, I guess I ask Ambrose, is your master the type of person to to seek entertainment like this?
He's thinking.
He be thinking.
Oh wait, no, Dishonor, you're muted.
Dishonor is muted.
He's going through his notes.
He's going through his notes. He's going through his notes. Give it a.
13 pages.
He has to look at the master lore.
He has to look to see if he likes the sexy dance.
Yeah. Does he like it for the entertainment value, or like the scantily clad people, or both, or just a patron of the fine arts, perhaps?
Maybe he's just an enjoyer.
Yeah, an appreciator of local independent productions.
He's just an avid belly dancer enjoyer.
It's great for your core.
It is
great for your core. You have to mix it up with some pec workouts, otherwise you'll look like a Teletubby.
Let's see. Unfortunately, Dishonor seems to be dead. Oh, is he? Is he
Sorry,
dead?
I'm back.
Oh, okay.
He's like, alright.
So as the crowd starts to leave, you guys are standing there, just kind of talking to each other. The lady, the red-headed lady, looks at Ambrose and he goes, "Huh. Well, you're a little different from our usual crowd."
Looking somewhat awkward for a moment, I'll say, I bet I am.
And the male tabaxi goes up to her, just resting an arm on her shoulder, just kind of leaning, looking at the group. And he goes, "Oh, you have the look of adventure to you. Are you guys passing by?"
Yeah, as do you. Yeah. We don't plan on staying here for too long, just resupplying, recovering from our last adventure. Nothing too important.
As much as we'd like to, though, it's a beautiful city.
And then the lady just laughs and goes, "Yeah, that's pretty much the same from us." And the guy adds, "Oh, well, hopefully we can meet each other soon or on the road. It would be fine to travel with a band of adventurers. More safety is always needed. Although I'm pretty sure we can hold off on our own, but it's always nice to have people around."
Yeah, agreed. There's definitely I don't know if you've heard, there's a hag around these parts, so it's best to keep your nose up, eyes looking out.
Oh, a hag. Oh. Tell me about that. Don't tell me about hags. We've had our own share of problems with hags. The lady would say, "Well, of course. Trixie," she calls the man. She kind of raises an eyebrow at the mention of the hag, but the man just clears out, and everybody's like nodding, in unison. It's
no.
It's fine. It's nothing that we can't deal with. After all, our appearances are more than just two beautiful dancers.
Your skills with whatever you want to call that craft of yours seems to speak for itself.
Oh, I am simply an entertainer. I love the spectacle, and I love to make people happy.
Suppose we could use a bit more of that in our world, especially right now.
You know what? I think your names are ringing a bell. Have you ever been to the festival in Mistbell?
They look at each other as you mentioned Miss Bell, and they go, "Oh, thank goodness we weren't." Yeah, we've heard the festival was a total mess. And of course, that's very bad for profits. As much as I like to cheer up people, I don't want to be in the sight of a massacre.
Understood, but have you been there in previous years?
In previous years, of course, we've gone around. Have we met
probably
before?
know you from that then. No, I think I've seen flyers.
Maybe. I am very recognizable. He just kind of, brushes his hair, making a little bit of an exaggerated pose.
I like the fact that he's like putting his hair up. I'm just looking at his titties.
Yes.
That's like where my head. That's my natural height.
Yep.
I crane my head to look at his face. It's very easy to just be looking at his titties.
Yep. He's not that tall, so.
I'm like a jelly bean. I'm like the height of an ant.
Jesus.
Wearing a hat. An ant proportioned hat.
So the man goes, "Well, what brings you here? Why are you stopping by? Are you looking for some more entertainment or anything else?"
That proposal feels promiscuously charged. But it might be the whole being half naked thing.
Do you say that in character?
No, this is just me, Villasora saying.
Okay.
Rexmoa's not gonna say that.
To ever say.
Yeah, we were actually wondering, since you've been drawing quite the crowd, if you've seen a very particular character. I'm sure they would stand out, not quite as much as you two do, but a memorable figure nonetheless.
Of course they wouldn't.
Yeah, someone swathed in robes, maybe.
You wouldn't be able to see any of their skin. Still human height.
They look at each other and just kind of, thoughtful, both of them. The guy goes, that does ring a bell. We may have seen it in the road.
On the way here, or?
Oh, definitely not on the way here.
How long ago?
How long ago? Ooh, hard to tell. A week, maybe? A bit more, a bit less?
That's relatively recently.
Do you
The
remember where
lady-
you might have?
Oh no, go ahead.
You finish first. I was gonna ask, do you remember where you might have been going to or leaving from, perhaps around that time?
The lady nods and she goes, well, we see a lot of people around here. I think it must have been near Galvathea, the Dwarven Kingdom. And the guy just replies, yeah, that sounds about right.
I have a sneaking suspicion we're going to be heading out that way anyway.
He goes,
Do you
well,
know the...
Mhm.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Do you know the current situation in Galrinthia? Oh, not Galrinthia. What was that thing, Habit?
Galvathea, yes.
They are
Gal-
pretty similar.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, to be honest, when we were staying at the Dwarven Kingdom, it was a few months ago. However, we've been on the road ever since, stopping by any village that we can, shine our charms.
And shine you did. That's definitely a lot of coin in your hat.
He laughs and just, pushes the hat away for the others to kind of grab. And they go, yeah. I don't know where they were going, but I'm pretty sure you may find answers around those parts. As for the situation over there, well, what can you expect? They're all dwarves, they're all drunk, they eat a lot, they like eye candy.
Wow.
Yeah, sounds about right for Galvinthier.
You can hear the lady laughing at his comments. And she goes, plus we do need money as travelers. We cannot afford everything.
Rexmoa will say, well, if you haven't decided on accommodations, I would fully recommend what's it called, the Minstrel and Barrel?
Minstrel and Cask, yes.
Minstrel and Cask. Ah, dang it, close, not quite there. Yeah, I would fully recommend the Minstrel and Cask. As a matter of fact, we were planning on walking over there that way, perhaps to just chatter a bit, relax until our next order of business.
Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe we'll get, maybe we'll perform there as well. I hope they allow us. Some of them are not that generous. That's why we chose a more public space. That and, well, everybody can see us here.
Sorry, I just thought about saying some messed up stuff about wizards, but I'm gonna hold my tongue.
I want to hear some messed up stuff about wizards.
I'm not gonna say it as Rexmoa, but I'll type it in the chat. Well,
And then they go, and the lady just kind of talks to him, and she goes, "Oh yeah, we kind of do want to get a comfy bed for tonight." And he goes, "Well, if we can afford it, of course, maybe we can get a little bit of a discount for performing or something. I don't know. I don't like to spend my money everywhere." They all kind of laugh, and they go, "Well, if you guys need anything, you can obviously talk to us. If not, I'd say we need to start packing our things and moving to another place."
Well, I wish you both best of luck, and I'm sure if we need to find you, it won't be too hard.
Hopefully not, and if we meet each other again on the road, I'll definitely remember your faces.
Yeah, I'm pretty hot too.
And he goes, "Sure you are."
Yeah. And yeah, I'll toss him another gold just for the time.
Perfect. He's gonna grab it, and he's gonna give you a very regal bow and go, "I, the fabulous trick and treat, thank you for this." And the lady would give you another bow as well, and he would go, "And I, Nimue, also thank you."
Yeah, I guess then we'll be on our way.
Correct.
You all have
correct.
anything to say?
I've kind of just gone completely quiet after hearing about the possibility that my mentor might have been seen, to the point where I almost just am staring blankly.
I think Kipper is just gonna like give 2 pretty heavy-handed pats on Ambrose's back and just be like, "See? Seems like there's a little bit of hope out there still."
I kind of blink a couple of times before I look down at Kipper and say, maybe, I'm not sure. I don't know if this is a good thing.
Why would you say that?
I put a hand kind of just over my face in general as I look between Rexmoa and Kipper. And I just stay silent. I look like I want to say something, but I just don't.
Well, whatever it is, we'll be here with you the whole way, okay?
I thank you. I'm sorry that I just put on such a poor display in front of you.
I don't think you put on a poor display at all. I think you were like one of those, statue attractions. You should have put out a hat. You would have gotten some points too.
It was either that or I tackle one of them and demand answers. I chose to stay still.
I'm very happy you didn't choose the latter.
So, you guys are going to be heading back towards the Minstrel and Cask?
That is correct.
All right. And as you guys are going to walk over there, we're going to end the session right there. Yeah. Because it is about the time. So, everybody say goodbye to the people watching on YouTube, the VODs, and a happy Thanksgiving for you guys. This is the day before. But yes.
Yes.
Bye-bye, VOD Squad.
Goodbye,
Enjoy your
everybody.
food.
Yay!
Your turkey alternative.